Hey, gang. Oh, I just did an hour show. Hour show. Nothing. Nothing. Why, you ask? Well, apparently I never went live with the video. So none of the social media. We were on the radio, and that was fine. But none of the social media. Nothing. What was I saying all week? For as long as this show's been going, actually, I need a producer. And that's why I hope I hear back from that one company that reached out Sunday night. Is maybe they can do it remotely. I got some ideas of some people who might want to do it in the area here when I can pay them. Oh, so I'm going to do the show again. So it's on the social media. And so there's something recorded because I don't know that anything else would have recorded. I don't have it set up to record on Chatter, which isn't working. I'm on my phone like I'm supposed to be. I'm logged into Chatter there. It says there's only 2 there. That's changed. I lost somebody. So it's just me on the phone. But I'm also on the desktop. That's on that monitor up there. So I don't know. And I already did a show on Discord. The first show was on Discord. The first show was on Chatter. I'm running Chatter again because, I want to see it. I mean, I can log into Discord in a second. That ain't going to take anything. And then just to, share a screen. And, go live. That's easy. But it's just a pain in the balls. I got so much other stuff I got to do today, but I want a recording of this because we're going to recycle this over the week of Christmas. Yeah, unless I do something like off time that's going to be a little bit more relevant. I don't know. If you're joining via Chatter, and I see somebody else in there now, if you can hear me, please reach out in the chat, or even unmute. Say hello real quick. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Now, if you can hear me on Chatter, and if you can see me too, there should be a video there. There should be a video. I'm actually going to mute this Chatter mic and reach out to them on the phone. Hey, welcome. I'm trying to do a radio show and incorporate Chatter as well. I'm using both my phone, which is what you're hearing me now, and my desktop, which might not be connected in the same room, even though it's only one room. So I'm wondering if you heard me before now, and if so, could you just either unmic or unmute and mic up?
Yeah, I can hear
you. Okay. Could you hear me earlier though?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't hear anything. You need to run the Chatter desktop from your browser on your computer to be able to stream the audio. And Nozzle's here. Hi, Nozzle. Maybe if you brought up Nozzle, he could explain what you need to do to stream your radio show into Chatter. But you need... Oh, he's left. Oh, is he?
Yeah. No, there he is. Nozzle. So I'm seeing Nozzle on my desktop now. Guys, I'm going to mute my phone, which is what you're hearing me from now, and I'm going to unmute on my desktop. Let's see if you hear me there too. Guys, can you hear me?
Hey, Nozzle. Hi. Yes, I could hear you because I also joined there from my studio just to test something. So there's a server side issue happening with the studio.
Okay.
Like since yesterday we had a server issue, so we couldn't.
Okay.
So it's not working. So I just joined there because I know you would be using it. I wanted to go into a room.
Appreciate that.
Trying to use it, so to see like where we are on the studio. It's kind of like a separate room. It's not connected to this room for some reason. So that's what we are trying to fix today.
I see that. Okay. Yeah, that's the exact experience I was having. So thank you. Appreciate you checking in, and I'll try again.
I needed someone to join a room with studio to test it, and since you were already doing it, it helped me to test it. So thank you.
Do you need me to stay on both, or?
No, I got it now.
Great. Awesome. Well, I'll check back in tomorrow.
Sorry about that. So I think you couldn't do your broadcast in this room today since studio is not working since this morning.
Well, I got other platforms that I use anyway, so I got to continue with that anyway. So, but I'll check back tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you both. All right, and ending the chatter room for today. You can check in by going to Yergz Radio, YERGZ radio.com if you want to listen, or find the same thing on the Yerger Group server on Discord. You can watch us there by going to Up the Middle Radio Show on Facebook. You can watch there. We're on Twitch, YouTube, Up the Middle on YouTube, Talk TV 24 on YouTube, D Live. We're all over the place. Go to mastiff.media to learn more. I hope to see you here or somewhere. I'm going to end this room, though. Thanks, everybody. So you got to hear a little bit about, or a little bit what it's like to be in a chatter room. For what you may have been able to hear or not hear, I don't know. What you've been able to hear or not hear, you might have picked it up from my phone, from the mic in the studio. And that's kind of a pain in the ass because then you're not hearing it as well as what everybody on the actual app is hearing it, or just like. But I'm liking that. If you like a invite for the beta of Chatter, which is a great app, you heard the chief technical officer of the company, one of the chief developers, on the call in the room with us. It's called a room. It's like it's your house. And then you go into a room to have a conversation with the people in that room. And in the room is a stage. If you've been invited to the stage, then you can talk. If you're just in the audience, all you can do is listen. So I tell people that when I invite you to the stage, stay quiet or just stay in the audience. We'll check in with people on the stage soon enough. But I give you the heads up that when you talk on the stage, you're not talking to just that room. You're talking to about 30,000 people in Atlanta, 27,000 people in Atlanta, 30,000 in Tampa, and God knows how many are going to be starting with us with K-Shop in Vegas. So there's that. So yeah, we'll check back on Chatter tomorrow, see how it's working. We're also on Discord. I know Matt Deemer doesn't like Discord too much. I'm learning it, and I know it's where a younger audience is at, and which is one of the demographics we're targeting to reach out to, just to make them part of the conversation. It's not like we're trying to, what was it? We're trying to groom younger people into politics. No, you don't have to stay here. But we certainly welcome you. Find the Yerger Group server on Chatter. Yerger, YERGER, my full last name. Group is the company. And then in the voice channels is up the middle. And set channel status. This is probably something I can only do with the upgraded version. Let's try it. Set status. Oh, cool. All right. It says it. All right. It says that we're live on Discord, which we already are, but whatever. And we're live on 2 YouTube channels. 2 YouTube channels, Talk TV 24 and Up the Middle. We're on our Facebook page, Up the Middle Radio Show, Yerg's Media, which is the former name of what is now Mastiff Media, on Twitch. We're on Rumble, Yerg's Media. Again, we can't change these names in the rebranding process. We can't. On D Live, that's another streaming that the kids use. We have our own dedicated feed that we can use on the Up the Middle and Yerg's Radio player. That's available by going to, I think it's on yergs.com. Any of our other pages that we used to stream to on Facebook, you can get it there. All except for Up the Middle Radio Show. Up the Middle Podcast, that's the one with my face on it. Yerg's Radio, Rainbow Radio, Mastiff Media, Ross, Yerg's, Yerger, my personal page, my professional page. All those have the player, which is one destination here on Restream. For financial reasons, I cut back on a bunch of things to include my membership on Restream. Instead of going to 15 destinations, I'm now only going to 8. But because I have this player where I can just give you the link to that player, it's going to be the same link forever. And so you just click on that anytime we're live and you can watch and take part. Yerg's, my personal /professional Instagram page, YERGZZ, 2 Z's there. And that's it. Those are the 8 destinations that you can get the video. You can still, not now, that was in the first hour. You can still listen on yergs.com, rainbowradio.gay, or yergsradio.com, excuse me, and rainbowradio.gay. And we were on 99.1 WDJY in Atlanta, America One Radio. Also based in Atlanta, but that's an internet station that's global. And of course, Yerg's Radio and Rainbow Radio, and as we say, the rest of the Mastiff Media Network. All right, for today, doing the show, round 2. Tracking Trump, monitoring MAGA, and watching Wokies. I think where is it? Oh, it's all up here. Okay. So, wait a minute, I got to see what I'm. Okay, it's going to get it from there. Okay. I'm just looking at, 9 different screens here, and I got to make sure that, what I'm going to be doing is actually, I can just use that entire screen right now. There's the tabs across the top that we're going to look at. We're just a Google search now, Donald Trump news. The biggest thing in tracking Trump, or what was the biggest thing in tracking Trump, was this one, among other links. There's only the one link here now, but Trump mocks Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as the governor of the great state of Canada. This is not okay. Who thinks this is funny? Why would you do that and think, yeah, that's my guy? Canada is the top trade partner of the United States. They decide to flip us off. That Democratic, the Democratic senator who says the mass deportation plan would damage our economy and separate American families. It's also going to help raise the prices of different things that Trump has. Where's the other one? Oh, I can't wait to show you this one. Where was that? Was it on this one? There was another thing where Trump, maybe it was in this, Trump here we go. According to the Associated Press, we'll get that one out too, because I wanted these to go into the notes. Trump says he can't guarantee tariffs won't raise U.S. prices and won't rule out revenge prosecutions. This is the guy you selected. There he is. There is your asshat. One, we, anti-Trump people, and more importantly, economists from around the world, told you that his tariffs would raise inflation. We've been saying it. There's a light on in the background. We've been saying it. We've been telling you that. I don't know how you know better. But I mean, that's something that Jane and I talked about yesterday. Is 40 out of 44 prior members of his cabinet, the entire Joint Chiefs, almost 300 prominent Republicans from federal, state, and local levels have all said, don't vote for this guy. We're not voting for this guy. He's a threat to democracy. He's a threat to this. He's a threat. He's a threat. He's not good. Gary Hart, back in the late 80s, early 90s, was eliminated from the Democratic ticket because a woman sat on his lap. And Sheila McNicholas told us yesterday, Howard Dean was eliminated from the Democratic ticket because of going, yeah, that being cheerful for having won an election. I think it was either, I don't remember if it was Iowa or New Hampshire, but it was one of the primary contests that he won. That yeah sank him. But we've got this asshat. We've been telling you, tariffs are not paid by foreign countries. They're not. The reality is it's a tax on your own people. Because the goods coming from the foreign countries are going to get prices jacked up. It's called reality. Learn it. Welcome to the guys on Instagram. I like that it shows that Instagram people check in when they check in. Because then if you say they check in, they check out, like so many people listening or watching to stuff like this. But yeah, I like that it says who it is, because I go back later and I say hello. Just thank them for come back tomorrow. We're here at 11 every day, except today we're back again at 12 because I screwed up and didn't do the video portion. We never went live on the video. I've got a checklist that's 4 pages long. Still can't do it right. So Trump, he can't guarantee the tariffs won't raise U.S. prices. Well, at least he's come to that realization finally. But what he also won't outrule revenge prosecutions. What is that? You won't rule out. God, I'm dyslexic. You won't rule out revenge prosecutions. Why? What did they do besides stand up to you? Like I said in the first hour when I covered this, come get me. Bring it. I'll tell the world all the dirt I know about you. Yeah, they're going to raise prices in the end. Suggest retribution for his opponents while claiming no interest in vengeance. No, that's what it's called. They should go to jail for doing their job, investigating the Capitol riot. What do you think that was? A rave? Oh. Matt Gaetz lands himself a talk show. What is it? The under 18 girly hour? The president-elect underscored his contention that he can use the justice system against others, including Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, who led the case on Trump's role in the siege on January 6th, 2021. Trump confirmed his plan to pardon supporters who were convicted for their roles in the riot, saying he would take that action on his first day in office. How can you support this guy? As for the idea of revenge driving potential prosecutions, Trump said, I have the absolute right. I'm the chief law enforcement officer. You do know that. I'm the president. But I'm not interested in that. That's not what you said before. So if we're going to bust on Biden for changing his mind and pardoning his son, you've changed your mind. At the same time, Trump singled out lawmakers on the special House committee who were investigated the insurrection, citing Rep. Benny Thompson, Democratic from Mississippi, and former Rep. Liz Cheney from Wyoming. They were the chairs. Cheney was behind it. So was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee. Adam Kinzinger, another one. Asked specifically whether he would direct his administration to pursue cases, he said no, and suggested he did not expect the FBI to quickly undertake investigations into his political enemies. Meanwhile, that's what Kash Patel said he was going to do. It is exactly what Kash Patel said he was going to do. But at another point, Trump said he would leave the matter up to Pam Bondi, his pick as Attorney General. I want her to do what she wants to do. Such threats, regardless of Trump's inconsistencies, there we go, have been taken seriously enough by many top Democrats that Biden is considering issuing blanket preemptive pardons to protect key members of his outgoing administration. Trump did seemingly back off his campaign rhetoric, calling for Biden to be investigated, saying, I'm not looking to go back into the past. Really? Because wasn't that your campaign slogan? Make America great again, again? Trump repeatedly mentioned his promises to seal the U.S.-Mexico border and deport millions of people who are in the U.S. illegally through a mass deportation program. Let's talk about that wall. Didn't we hear about that before? Wasn't that something we said we were going to do before? I think I make my screen a little bigger. There we go. I don't see the, and not only do I not see the appeal, I never saw the appeal. Trump commits to NATO with conditions and waffles on Putin and Ukraine. Long a critic of NATO members for not spending more on their own defense, Trump said he absolutely would remain in the alliance if they pay their bills. Pressed on whether he would withdraw if we were dissatisfied with allies' commitments, Trump said he wants the U.S. treated fairly on trade and defense. He waffled on a NATO priority of containing Russia and President Vladimir Putin. Trump suggested Ukraine should prepare for less U.S. aid in its defense against Putin's invasion. Yeah, you think we can't aid Ukraine when you're Putin's bitch? Probably, yeah, probably, sure, Trump said of reducing Ukraine assistance from Washington. Separately, Trump has called for an immediate ceasefire. Asked about Putin, Trump said initially that he has not talked to the Russian leader since Election Day last month, but then hedged. I haven't spoken to him recently, Trump said when pressed, added that he did not want to impede the negotiation. Trump says Powell is safe at the Fed, but not Wray at the FBI. The president-elect says has no intention, at least for now, of asking Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell to step down before Powell's term ends in 2028. Trump said during the campaign the president should have more say in Fed policy, including interest rates. No. That's why they have experts there. Trump did not offer any job assurances to FBI Director Christopher Wray, whose term is to end in 2027. I didn't know they had a. I didn't know the FBI director actually had a term limit or a length of a term. Asked about Wray, Trump said, well, I mean, it would sort of seem pretty obvious that if the Senate confirms Kash Patel as his pick for FBI chief, then he's going to be taking somebody's place, right? Somebody is the man you're talking about, Christopher Wray. Yeah, we figured that out, Donald. Trump is absolute about Social Security, not so much on abortion and health insurance. Trump promised that the government efficiency effort led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy would not threaten Social Security. We're not touching Social Security, other than we make it more efficient, which means he's going to cut things out of it. That's what that means to billionaires. We added that we're not raising ages or any of that stuff. He was not so specific about abortion or his long-promised overhaul of the Affordable Care Act. Well, it's because he can't do it. He had control of both the House and the Senate his first time around and couldn't do it. Mr. Art of the Deal. On abortion, Trump continued his inconsistencies and said he would probably not move to restrict access to the abortion pills that now account, oh God, I got better glasses, that now account for a majority of pregnancy terminations, according to the Guttmacher Institute, which supports abortion rights. But pressed on whether he would commit to that position, Trump replied, well, I commit. I mean, are things do, things change. Wow, I thought I stutter. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to get it right like I just did. This is who you voted for, maggots. Well, I commit. I mean, are things do, things change. I think they change. Now, I get that you're seeing that in writing versus how he's speaking. But Biden doesn't skip around mentally like that. Reprising. Oh, is this the concept of it? Yeah, it is. Oh, this is beautiful. And he still got elected. Oh, oh, that's so sad. Reprising a line from his September 10th debate against Vice President Kamala Harris, Trump said he had concepts of a plan to substitute for the 2010 Affordable Care Act, which he called lousy health care. He added a promise that any Trump version would maintain insurance protections for Americans with pre existing health conditions. He did not explain how such a design would be different from the status quo, or he could deliver on his desire for better health care for less money. So let me tell you something about the Affordable Care Act. My mom's last job was with an oil company. She worked in the office of my hometown, one of the major of two heating oil suppliers. And wow, it's almost 1:15. And so that's a good place to work. Oil company, right? She had pretty decent health care, working full time for them. My dad, as he still is now at 73 years old, was self-employed, paid for his insurance on a separate policy through his company. In 2010, 14 years ago, the Affordable Care Act comes along, also known, by the way, as Obamacare. Why do I say that? Because there are so many people in the Republican Party, maggots, who wanted to repeal Obamacare, but they were okay with the Affordable Care Act. And they weren't racist. It's the same thing. Obamacare is the nickname for the Affordable Care Act. So, along comes 2010 and the Affordable Care Act. Obamacare. My parents dropped their respective healthcare coverages, select a pair together, or select a plan together via the Affordable Care Act, and have accomplished the following: 2 bills down to 1. Overall, paying less money. Overall, each with better care than either of them had in their own individual policies, to include my mom's pretty decent policy that, remember, came from a company with money. That's the story Republicans are not telling you. And that's probably why Mr. Art of the Deal failed at getting it repealed. He doesn't have a better plan because there isn't one. At least not that he can come up with. President Obama, when he was President Obama, said it's not finished. He said that it needs more work. But he also said this is the best that we got now. It's better than what we had. All right, enough tracking Trump. My blood going up. We did talk about this in the last hour too. Trump's DOJ secretly obtained records of his FBI pick, Kash Patel, lawmakers, and other staffers and media in leak investigation. So his DOJ did an investigation into what they thought was a leak. By the way, they found nothing. But what they did do is they obtained all these records illegally as per their own policies. Let me say that part again. They set certain rules and then broke them to spy on Americans. In case you want it in Obamacare terms instead of Affordable Care Act terms. That's who you put in, maggots. That's what he did there. We talked about this when we were live in the first hour on the radio, and I'll put the link in the show notes, of course. But I want to be able to get through the next 10 minutes with you. Talk about this one too. A conservative group has selected a group of woke officers or other military leaders, and that group is urging eventual Secretary of Defense to fire them. I guess we got cart, horse. Because he's not confirmed yet. And I don't know if you saw some of the other things we had up here, but he's one of those running around Capitol Hill begging for support, essentially. Let's call it what it is. Usually, nominees don't have to do that. But when they do, it's kind of a formality. His odds were not good. Last week we had one of the betting sites had Mr. Gestapo himself, Kash Patel, at 66% chance of being confirmed. Hegseth was at like 18, 20, something like that. Quite low. With a Republican Congress, not just Republican Senate, which is who does the confirmation, but also a Republican House, which is kind of irrelevant, but still, you would think that would mean there's enough support. And I guess after having already ousted a child predator from contention, having already named a successor for Hegseth, should he not work out, somebody may be seeing the writing on the wall. Except for Pete.
Wake up, goddammit!
Yeah, wake up. So, yeah. Military leaders are rattled by a list of woke senior officials that a conservative group urged Pete Hegseth to dismiss for promoting diversity in the ranks if he is confirmed to lead the Pentagon. The list compiled by the American Accountability Foundation includes 20 general officers. 20 general officers. That's 20 generals is what they're saying. A general officer is a general. 20 generals or senior admirals and a disproportionate number of female officers. It has had a chilling effect on the Pentagon's often frank discussions as leaders try to figure out how to address the potential firings and diversity issues under President-elect Donald Trump. Those on the list in many cases seem to be targeted for public comments they made either in interviews or at events on diversity, and in some cases for retweeting posts that promoted diversity. Tom Jones, not the singer, a former aide of Republican senators who leads the foundation, said Friday that those on the list are pretty egregious advocates for diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI policies, which he called problematic. The nominee has been pretty clear that has no place in the military, Jones said of Hegseth. Hegseth has embraced Trump's effort to end programs that promote diversity in the ranks and fire those who reflect those values. Other Trump picks, like Kash Patel for FBI director, have suggested targeting those in government who are not aligned with Trump. But didn't we say earlier Trump wasn't going to use, what was the word he likes to use? Lawfare? The inconsistencies, the hypocrisy. This is who you elected, maggots. This is who you elected. It's 12:55 Eastern. We're going to wrap up and do with this next. We did it in the first hour, the last part of the first hour, but before we went live here, which is why I'm doing this again. You can still got time to give us a call if you want. 888-88 Yergs. 888-188-88 YERGZ. Remember that everything will be in the show notes. You can find the show notes at yergs.com. Oh, your eyes are looking the wrong way, Lars. Lars Vandergraaf checking in. I don't know how long that. Oh yeah, just since right about now. Good. I have a bad habit of missing the chat. But yeah, let's. Time for Pierre's pot. Oh, my nose itches. God. No, I'm not doing any lines. I am doing some coffee. Right about this time every day, we pay homage to a listener or somebody in my life. Later this afternoon, I'm going to be spending time strategically changing out outlets throughout the house. And in some cases, moving them higher up the wall so that they're above the likely future floodplain, and bringing electric back to the house. I'm tired of using my studio lights as lights. Like now I've got lights on throughout you see the one that's in the back there. How did that get back in? I don't want to too much more. There we go. Yeah, I shouldn't be using those lights so frequently. But yeah, so today's toast of the morning sauce, which has rapidly become afternoon, is in the direction of my next door neighbors, Don and Nancy White, who are going to be teaching me how to wire an electrical socket. So that's this afternoon. Also going to be checking in. We're doing a bunch of things on the to-do list. Kind of excited, which made me kind of pissed that I had to do this for a second hour because I had a good show the first time. I just didn't air it on everything. Oh, I need a producer. All right, gang. I will be back tomorrow. It's Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday tomorrow. Translating Trump. Maybe we'll have my co-host Philip Blackett help us out with that and show us. I'm getting some things here. I want to go over and help us learn who's getting investigated. What's he going to do with Social Security? What's he going to do with the military? Go to buyblackett.com/Yergs for 30%. No. Is it 30? 15? 18? I think that one's 15% off what you buy on buyblacket.com. Constant Contact for 40%. That's still going. You have to go to yergz.com, yergz.com. I can put this up on the screen so you can see that much. I'll explain why you have to go there in a second. You see it says yergz.com and mastiff.media for show notes and other info. That other info is our affiliates. Go to yergz.com. Once you're there, there's the ticketing, the parts that's ticking across the screen, like the lower portion is now, where you can call us. We can stop that because the show's coming to an end. But there's that part. Then go to the Constant Contact link, because that's the link they set up for me. You need to use that link. You can't just do this by yourself. It won't give you the 40%. But if you use that link and then the promo code Cyber Week 24, you will get 40% off whatever plan you sign up for the next 3 months. So if it's $10 a month that you're paying for, just a math example, and 40% off, now you're paying $6 a month. You saved $4 per month. When it goes back up to $10 a month in month number 4, you've got $12 sitting around that you can put towards that 4th month. So it's like the 4th month's free. And I'm telling you, Constant Contact has improved drastically since I first found out about them way back in my years in DC. Limit Break Digital, go to limitbreakdigital.com. Check out what Jay has done with websites and other SEO and tech projects. He's done yergz.com. He's done yergergroup.com. And they look amazing. Mention Yergz Radio for 10% off your project there. Aroma by Peter. Go to aromabypeter.com/Yergz for discounts on scented candles and wax melts. It's the holiday season. I know he's got that line out. All the like evergreen smelling stuff and things like that. That's what we burn here. That's what keeps my house not smelling like dogs. Capital One. You need a credit card. Who doesn't need a new credit card at Christmas time, right? Go to Capital One. And again, for all of these affiliates, go to yergz.com and use that link that's on the homepage. Use the Capital One link to get a referral from me and to get your credit card. And remember, what's in your wallet, make sure it's Capital One. I use all these, by the way. Capital One, Chase Bank. Use that link on my page for $300 for qualified people that open a Chase checking account. I have no idea what the qualifications are. It's not much. I remember reading it when I first put this up. And yeah, you can do it. Frontier Internet. Just yesterday, I upgraded my 1,000 gig up and down internet speed to 2,000. I'm going to get that next Thursday. Thursday of next week. I can't wait. I really can't wait because the 1,000 is awesome. Rumble. We broadcast this on Rumble every day. So we really are trying to reach everyone. And that includes the right and the far left. Podmatch, Alex and his wife. I don't know his wife's name, but I get emails from Alex all the time. Podmatch, they created so that shows like me can find interesting guests like you. Go to joinpodmatch.com/Yergz to get guests for your show. Or there's another one. I think it's the same link. You just sign up as a different. There's another type of membership. They're smart enough to double dip. You can't hate them for that. You can also sign up if you're an industry expert or if you got a pretty cool personal story. Sign up on Podmatch, not as a show, but as a guest, and you'll be paired with shows like mine. But there's a separate membership for that. I actually got to sign up twice. I hate that because it's 2 memberships I got to pay instead of 1, but it's, brilliant business model from Alex and company, and it's worth it. It's not a lot. It's like $6 or $10 a month. And I've met David Beckmeyer from Podmatch. I met Philip Blackett from Podmatch. 2 people on Jurg's radio, one of which is regularly here and up the middle. He'll be back tomorrow, Philip. And yeah, it's definitely 2 functions on a very worthwhile site. All right, everybody, that's it. I'm rambling. We're past 1 o'clock, and I only wanted to go to 1 because, well, I was only supposed to go till 12 today. But maybe if I would have pressed stream, go live. Oh, well. All right, like I said, we will be back tomorrow with Up the Middle, translating Trump. Philip Blackett will be joining us, and he'll explain some of the things we talked about today. Till then, thanks for joining and running with the big dogs. You've been Up the Middle. See you again.
Wake up, goddammit!
Wake up. All right.
Relax, darling. We're all mishpucha. All right. Well, that's all the time we have this week. My name is Linda Richmond.
And my name is Liz. Of course, this is my mother.
This is my mother.
Barbara, we love you.
Barbara.
Hello,
Streisand.
gorgeous. The movie was like butter.
Like butter.
Like a big stick of butter.
Mama! Oi.
All this talk about food, I'm getting hungry, girls.
Cheers, Austin.
She is like butter. Oh, I can die now. I can die. Barbara, you're beautiful. That's all the time we have. I have to go and die now.
That's all the time we have. I'll see you guys tomorrow.